I'm going to do a demo on importing an image and overlaying a pattern on the image. I have a photo of a quilt. I'll go to File. I will go to Import Image. The image is on the USB drive. I will scroll down and find my image, quilt photo. Here's a capture. Alright, there is the photo of the quilt that I have. Now, it says the width is 59, height is 15. Okay, so here we're going to put a pattern over this so that we can see how the pattern is going to look on this particular quilt. And if you look in, there's all kinds of flowers and images on there. So it's a good idea sometimes to get a look at what your quilting pattern is going to be like. I'll go to Repeat Patterns, and this quilt is 52, so I'll just click a spot, put a pattern on there, and it's 52 inches wide, the total width. So I'll go to this box, put in 52, go down to the height box, it's 75, go back up, click there. It's going to put this on the screen. I'm not going to make any adjustments as far as spacing. Click OK. Now you can see this is quite large compared to that. And I'm going to change my grid size down here to 1 inch so we have something to compare it with. Okay, I'm just going to select everything. Use these handles. You're going to do gradually decrease the size of this until it's the size of the image. Okay, I'll move this up where I can take a look. It's still larger than my image. Zoom in, get this block, continue to decrease the size. There, we're getting pretty close to the size of that image. I'm just going to move it over, overlay it on top. It looks like it's pretty well the size that I want it to be. Looks like maybe it needs to go down a little bit. Press the Alt key. I should be able to move it down. The down arrow on the 4 button up, down, left, right. We'll change my handles. Cycle my handles. I want these. I'm going to look closely, bring this down a little bit, maybe move this up just a tad. Right there. Bring this one over to the edge, and this one over to the edge. That gives me a pretty good idea what this is going to look like right there. Now I'll click off or hit escape to get out of that. Then I can scroll in and look at how this is going to look on the quilt. One thing you can do is right click and you can view image attributes. Okay, you can look at that. If you want to, you can decrease the image opacity here, or you can increase it. See, it just kind of whites out. I like it about right there. Looks good. I can close that. I can select these patterns. Oh, I need to decrease the select these patterns, and I can right click image attributes. I can actually change the see, I can change the pattern line, how dark or light I make it, so that I can see it over the blocks. So that's in CS7. I now have CS6 on the screen. I'm going to go to File, Import Image, go to the USB drive, and find that quilt photo. Get the same capture. There it is on the screen. Go to Repeat Patterns. Easily drop. Select. Done. Okay. Now over here on the left, first I'm going to move this out of the way like this. Over here on the left, this pattern is gosh, it's 18, but I want it to be 12. Okay, so now here's what the size it actually is, and down here the total width is 52, total height is 75. Okay, there we have our pattern. I'm going to move all of these. I'm going to select them all. I could have used the select all up here. The select all. I want my handles. Keep clicking. Okay, I want these handles. And I'm going to decrease the size of this until I get it down approximately the size of the image. I will expand everything so I can see better. Okay, this needs to go a little smaller. I'll move it. See, it's right between that line and that line, basically. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to move it over in place. Okay. And if I select, well, just select all. And I'm going to change my handles. Put my mouse on here. This is what I want right there. I'm going to move this handle in. and move this one out. That's close enough. Push this up. Scroll down so I can see. Push this down a little bit. Now that's what this will look like on this, and I can do the same thing in CS6. I can right click, image attributes. I can change the opacity, this is of the image now, kind of like gray it out a little bit. I can also increase the thickness of the quilting pattern. Oh, it's touchy. Yeah, it's a little dark. Okay. You know what? I can also do I can right click and I can actually do a virtual stitch out of this pattern. There it goes. I can actually watch it stitch out over the pattern. Okay, so we won't take time to do that, but this is how you can import an image and overlay a pattern over. You can do this with a block. If you took a picture of a block, and you could take a block pattern, you could try different patterns on that block. I'll do escape to get out of that. And that's how easy it is to do the import image and overlay a pattern.